Hello and welcome back. In this video I want to talk about AI and large language models, or LLMs, and I want to cover the 5 things that you can do to get more out of AI or machine learning models. These conversational models, or even AI in general, are not going anywhere, and in my opinion, knowing how to use them effectively gives you a massive advantage over those who don't have this kind of specific knowledge. So before I jump into the list, there has been a new type of model or new feature that's recently been announced by OpenAI, and that is the unveiling of reasoning models. What this means in practice is that up until now we've been using these large language models to generate relatively fast answers to relatively simple prompts, even though the prompt can get relatively complicated if you put the time into it. But what a reasoning model can do is it can take the appropriate amount of time to come to the conclusion that might be more accurate or more detailed than that of a typical AI or LLM answer. So how this works in terms of use cases is that if you're asking a relatively simple question that has a factual answer, or one that is quite well known but you just need to come to terms with it, then the conventional type of LLM like ChatGPT 4.0 is perfectly sufficient. But if on the other hand you need something that is a bit more accurate or factually solid, then it makes more sense to use one of these reasoning models where it can take the appropriate amount of time to come to a conclusion that you feel more secure in the kind of answer that you get. I'll probably make a dedicated video on reasoning models specifically and how you can get the most out of those, but this video and the 5 tips will apply to every kind of response, so we're going to jump straight into the list. So the first one and most obvious is iterative refinement, and this basically means to take advantage of the iterative nature of AI conversations. So after receiving an initial response, ask the AI to refine or expand the result. For example, once you've received a summary, you might ask the AI to improve the clarity or expand on a specific section. This allows for more control over the output quality and saves time by building on previous work. The next one is to let the AI guide you. So rather than trying to define all the specifics up front, which can be overwhelming, shift the responsibility onto the AI. If you're unsure of what you need, ask the AI to guide you with questions. For instance, if you're developing a web page, you could ask, "Can you ask me a series of questions to gather the requirements for a web page?" This saves time and ensures the final result is more aligned with your needs. A more specific example would be to ask the AI to ask you 10 questions to gather all the requirements from the perspective of a web developer, and then from those responses to try to work out the type of web page that a web designer or a web developer would provide. The next one is to break down complex tasks. Large complex queries can confuse or overwhelm AI models. Instead, break down the tasks into smaller, manageable pieces. For example, if you're creating a content plan, start by asking the AI to generate topic ideas. Once you've settled on topics, move to the next phase, such as generating outlines or content drafts. This incremental approach improves accuracy and leads to better results, especially because you're refining them and going from a top-down perspective and starting basic but becoming more specific as you generate more and more useful results. The next one is to use prompt engineering to tailor responses. Learning how to structure prompts can make a huge difference. Use explicit instructions to tailor the responses more effectively. For instance, explain this concept as if I'm a beginner, or give me the pros and cons in bullet points. You can use contextual information such as, considering that I have a background in software engineering, explain this in more technical terms. Being clear about what you expect will significantly improve the response quality. I would say being able to provide as much context and background as possible will definitely improve the quality of your responses. So like I said, depending on maybe some prior knowledge that you already have or the kind of goals that you're trying to reach, being able to supply this as text can massively improve the type of answers and the quality of them that the AI can provide. And the last one is to leverage AI for creative thinking. AI models excel at combining information in ways humans might not consider. When brainstorming or generating ideas, ask the model to provide unconventional solutions or new perspectives. A prompt like, "Give me the unconventional ways to approach this problem," can spark fresh ideas and boost creativity. You can also prompt it to simulate different perspectives, such as, "How would an entrepreneur solve this?" or "What would a historian say about this issue?" In a way, thinking outside the box with your prompts can help the AI generate more creative or unconventional responses. So definitely make use of these specific techniques or strategies to come up with more creative solutions. Anyway, that's all for this one. If you have any questions, then definitely let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I'd really appreciate if you could like or subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video.